Hello? Hello? Can you see me? Oh well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. And it's cold. Whee! My trekking pole just broke. No way! Frankenpole! I'm sorry! Oh no! Plastic gets brittle when it's this cold outside. Well, okay there, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I have accepted a challenge. Challenge accepted. And if you didn't notice in the title, that challenge is a winter hike of well, from Virginia to Pennsylvania. It's called the 4-State Challenge. It's 42-ish, 43 miles, and the challenge is to do it in under 24 hours. But if that's not hard enough, I'm also doing it in the winter, which is not by choice, but it's the only time I have a chance to do it. Sharon is having her baby shower, and that's very fun and special. And I'm sneaking away for a couple days and going to go into the mountains. So the winter was not by choice, and that kind of stinks. Also, the 4-State Challenge is often hiked by thru-hikers that have had 1,000 miles under their belt when they finally get to the challenge at the end of Virginia. I am not so lucky. Well, because it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, I'm gonna have about 2 weeks to train, and then I'm throwing myself on the trail, which is not probably very smart and really not enough time to train. This will be part 1, and I think a 4-part series for this little challenge hike. This part being talking about the challenge and talking about my training and preparation. Part 2, I'll do gear and what I'm actually taking on my challenge. Part 3, I will cover what gets me to the start line. And then part 4 will be, well, the challenge. I think I'm gonna film it hour by hour, do hourly updates. I'm hoping to finish in about 20 hours if all goes well, but we will see. I don't know. It's a little windy. It's a little windy. Really quick, I'd like to just thank everybody that commented and helped me with my decision to split my YouTube channel up into 2 channels. With the comments, it seemed pretty obvious, so I went right ahead and split it. You guys probably have noticed that the name has now changed to BetweenTheBlazes, which I think is a pretty darn cool name. And also, you'll see that there aren't any gaming videos on this channel anymore. This channel will be strictly for everything else. Hiking and adventure style stuff. Car. Ooh, truck. Ooh. So, like I said, this channel will be just devoted to adventure and hiking and that sort of stuff. The games have, the video games have moved all to their own channel. There's a little button you can click on the right side of my YouTube page, or I'll leave a link in the description So if you're still wanting to keep up on the video game stuff, you can head on over there. But this channel from now on will be strictly for you crazy, adventurous hiker type people. Right now, I'm about a week into my training. Today is probably going to be one of the bigger days. I'm going to try to do about 20. I don't know exactly the best way to try to train for something on such short notice, but I know I don't want to press it too far. So today will be 20, and then tomorrow will probably be my biggest day. I may do 25. I'll put a list up on the screen of days and mileage in my training, but the plan is to leave, depending on weather. Weather is really crucial on this trip because, well, it's gonna be cold. It's not going to be as cold as this, however. Right now I'm training in northwestern Pennsylvania, where we're in the snow belt of Lake Erie, and it's about maybe 15 degrees today, maybe a little less. With the wind, probably makes it feel in the negatives. It's pretty cold. And the challenge being from Virginia to PA through West Virginia and Maryland. So far the weather looks like I'll be lows of 20 degrees at night and up into possibly even the 40s on the day of my attempt. So not gonna be this cold on the trip, but doesn't hurt to prepare with a little colder temperatures. Some of my concerns on the trip are going to be, well, trail finding is probably my biggest concern. Well, biggest concern is physically being able to do it. I've never hiked 42, 43, I don't know exactly mileage. I've never hiked that far in a day before, so that is gonna be probably the hardest part. But trail finding, if they've got any kind of snow like we do here, it's gonna be hard to find the trail. So my solution, white, my solution is to hit the trail on the northern end about 3 days early. And I'm gonna hike the 40 miles south, kind of slow, taking a couple days. Get familiarized with the trail. Also be blazing a footpath through the snow, something I can follow on the way north. Well, because it's gonna be hard enough to find the trail, because in the winter we don't have that much daylight. If I hike for 20 hours, 10 of those hours are gonna be at night. And well, it's gonna be even harder to see the blazes in the snow, and even harder when it's dark out. So that's my plan. Hopefully these people don't run me over here. That's my plan for preparation on finding the trail. The sun, how nice. It's actually too warm when the sun comes out. To you guys that think that it's crazy to be out here, it's really not as bad as you think hiking in the winter. Main issue with winter hiking is to wear the proper amount of clothing, which is normally a lot less than you'd think. I've got on a thin pair of gloves that are not insulated and not waterproof, breathable, and my hands are good. I've got my stocking cap on. I've got a long sleeve wicking layer, and I've got a I would say a medium weight fleece. It's not super heavy, with a really light rain shell that just kind of is a windbreak. I normally wouldn't wear the fleece, but I don't have to worry about wearing it now and camping. I'm gonna end up at a house, so I'm not too worried about sweating a little bit and having it absorb the sweat. Not too big of a concern. But as far as legs, I've got a mid-weight pair of underlayer. I've got a thin pair of, actually they're rock climbing pants, but they're pretty thin, and some gaiters. Just to keep the snow out of my boots. My boots, and all this gear I'm gonna go over in the next video, but I'm gonna get run over. My boots are actually new because it's the only piece of gear that I bought for this trip, but it's because my boots that I have are from leftovers from the AT that are just shot, and I've been training in those and my feet have been killing me, and I've been getting a bunch of blisters. So I bought a new pair of boots to test out. Still Solomon brand, and like I said, I'll go over all my gear in the next video, but I'm testing them out. They're actual leather. They are waterproof, but they're not Gore-Tex, so they should breathe a little bit. And so far, they seem to be working good. I'll probably do a gear review on them as well for you people that are interested, because they're actually, when it comes to boots, a pretty inexpensive pair. Only about $80, and the only thing I think they'll lack is they may wear out a little quick, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm a little blabby right now. Blah, blah, blah. Look at that guy bouncing around. I need to thaw out my beard. A couple of the keys that I found to winter hiking and how much to wear would be, for one thing, wear less than you think to begin with. And when I say that, always carry. I've got more clothes. Always carry extra. But when you're actually moving and you're actually hiking, you want to be with less. And one way that I found to find that right amount is to do what I call, or Sharon and I, my wife and I, call the half-hour challenge, or the half-hour rule, which is put on what you think's good and hike for a half hour. No matter how cold you feel, give yourself a half hour. You'll notice that your body warms up quite fast. You may feel in the first 10-15 minutes that you're not wearing nearly enough, and that's when people tend to put on more clothes, and that's when you sweat, and it's the sweat that kills you. It's the sweat that'll make you cold. So wear less than you think, and give yourself a good half hour before you decide. After a half hour, you've got the blood moving and you're still cold, you may want to put on a little bit more. All depends on the temperature and what you're walking through. But for me, I put on less than I felt like I needed. Like I said, some thin layers, and started hiking. I was cold for about the first 20 minutes. Now I've got my sleeves open and I'm venting. Another tip, if you're wearing a hat, pull it off your head if you're getting too hot. Allow yourself to keep cool. You should hike at a nice cool temperature to keep yourself from sweating. Just don't bundle up too tight and allow yourself to overheat, because once you start sweating, it's almost impossible to stay warm. Oh, and have a beard. The beard really helps. Must have a beard. I would just like to warn you guys now, before I forget, I'm gonna leave some information in the description if this video is too windy and it's hard to hear. But for the gear that I'm taking in the next video, and then the following two, those videos aren't gonna be out for a little while. I'm filming this one before the trip, and then I won't get to editing and uploading the other ones until after the trip. So this video will come out, and then there won't be any videos for a week and a half or so, but then I'll upload the gear and the actual trip. So be patient, I'm sorry. Can't upload it while I'm out there. I may try to get the gear video to you guys before I leave, but I can't promise. So if you're watching this video and you're looking and you're wondering where the rest of them are, be patient, they're coming. Well, I'm gonna take a little detour and I'm gonna stop by. I'm only a couple miles out of the way to go to my brother's shop. He's owns a diesel mechanic shop, and I'm gonna stop by there and see if we can't fix Franken poles. 10 miles in, and we're here. Perfect! Well, that worked out really well. It took a little bit too much time. Had to sit and chit-chat with the brother for about 2 hours. And I had a beer or two, but I was able to get my trekking pole fixed. Hose clamp and a little bit of electrical tape, and we're good to go. I'm back on my hike, but I will say, just like I said earlier, that I'm in that half-hour challenge, there's a truck, where I'm cold. It's actually maybe, I don't think it's any warmer than it was earlier, but being that I just left a warm shop, it's cold. My hands are cold, my body's just chilled, so we'll see. And oh, my beard isn't even frozen yet. Once my beard freezes, I bet you I'll be warmed right up. Well, that didn't take very long at all, and I warmed right up. But like I was saying earlier, I have some worries. One of them being trail finding in the snow, if there is snow, and then the other one being not having enough time to prepare. And not only that, a lot of my miles have been in Philadelphia on paved flat trails, so the elevation, I think, is going to get me. That's why I chose this particular stretch of road back home. We call it roller coaster road. It's about as big a hills and mountains as we get. The road does this for about 5 miles or so from my brother's shop to my house. And I'm walking all the way out there because the whole reason for this trip is because I can't find my single tent, my single man tent. So this trip is in search of my tent. Hopefully it's there. That does it for the last of the hills on Roller Coaster Road. We're just coming off of the last one now. And I've noticed that on the downhills I've been kind of scooting. I think we got a truck coming. Kind of scooting down the descents off these hills, and it's been feeling pretty good on my legs, even though I've got about 15 miles in. I'm wondering if when I go to do the 42 or go to do the challenge, if I shouldn't try this little, I'm just doing a little scoot shuffle, kind of like that. You know, it picks up my pace to probably about 4 miles an hour or so instead of the 2.5 or 3 that I'm normally at. So I'm wondering if that's gonna maybe be helpful when trying to keep up the pace enough to do the 42 miles, is if on the downhills I help use that momentum to carry me a little faster. So we'll have to see. Sure, now they plow it. Now they plow it. I'm almost there and they plow the road finally. Jeez. I would have got the plow in the video, but the zipper was stuck and I couldn't get the camera out. We've made it. This is the only tour you're getting of my house, and that is the brewery. This is where the beer happens. That's all you get. Brewery, bye-bye. Oh, camera's steamy, bye-bye. Aha! It was there. I found my tent. So that's good. I've accomplished my first goal in today's little hike, was to find that tent. Now I'm at, well, with the roller coaster road, in the beginning I'm probably at about 16 miles, and looks like it could be another 9 miles or so to get back. So, well, it looks like I'm gonna have my big day today. I think 25 is about as high as I'm gonna go in my little training here. So I'm going to hammer these miles out and then edit up a video for you guys. Hopefully I can get home somewhat quick. It is it's about 4:30 now. The sun will probably be going down and completely down by 5:30 or 6, which means I'm gonna have to finish this hike in the dark. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting a little too dark to film anything, so I think I'm gonna call it quits for this video. I'm about 4 miles, I think, or so from my destination, and it's a little too late to turn back now, so I'm gonna get my 25 in today. Real quick, I'm gonna go over a piece of gear I got here, just because I thought I'd show it off. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. Right now it's smart because well, that was super inconvenient. Stinking battery went dead in the camera. I walked for a while and wasn't going to get the fresh battery out of my pack, but I thought, what the heck, I'll do it for you guys. So I stopped and got the battery out of my pack, and as you can see, I'm still walking and it is getting quite dark, but it gives me a chance to demonstrate what I was showing you before. I've got these little flashy things on my arm, and right now it's because of cars and I don't want to get run over and killed to death. But I thought for the hike, because a lot of it will be in the dark, I got one. I thought if I put it on my foot when I'm hiking, it's a red light, and when I'm hiking it'll help illuminate the ground so that potentially, and it actually works pretty good. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but yeah, it does. I mean, it works pretty good. They're LED lights. I think they're meant for running. They're not super heavy or anything, so that's cool. I got 2 of them. Sharon got one for Christmas, and I got one, so I'll be able to wear one on each foot. And I think I'm gonna actually do it, because like I said, I'm gonna hike. I think I'll do it first and do the first half in the dark, so I'll be hiking about 10 hours or so, starting at 11 o'clock at night, maybe the day before, 11 or 12, and then hiking throughout the night. Anyways, I need to stop the video. Thank you so very much for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and we will see you later on down the trail. And remember, keep it between the blazes. Bye-bye. Exactly. Until we meet. Oh, he was gonna pull away though. Trails to you.
hiking on till then.
Here, we can walk
I am
around.
happy trails.
And here's his famous expression. Felice and Daryl. Happy trail. Felice and Daryl.
Alright, stay safe. Keep it between the blazes.
This is gonna be hard.